This is the second video on Flask. We looked at what to import, what to not on the first page and the first few lines of this code, and we saw that encryption and decryption is required when we want to store password and things like that. Whenever in doubt, what I would just do is I'll copy this thing and I'll search this and I'll see where did we use. So you see here, user encrypt, password encrypt, and I'll see where did we decrypt it just in case. So we need to think like a hacker when we are doing this kind of stuff. So you see create function, no, not description or decryption. Yep. So going back home. Okay, so we set the stage up. We saw these libraries. The secret key for app is to make sure that we only give access to the right people. We're going to come back on that. I just don't want to talk on that right now. Okay, everything is rendered on the HTML page. The arguments are being passed when you say session equal to session or text equal to name. This name was used to display on that page down here. So I'll show you. If I say like DA or something like that, and I press enter, it's going to say DA here on the down. So that was the text that was being passed. Why it was passed? Because it was used here on the top. Okay, now we have the app root success and name. If you kind of try to make sense of why we give this name, this is success when somebody logs in. So when somebody logs in, he's diverted to this name, and success name would just return the same thing back, not rendering anything. It's just going to return the same thing back wherever you are. Then we have the sign up page that's going to render the sign up template. We are not passing on any arguments on that. Then we have the forget password name. If we write forget password, it's going to render the forget.html. And then we have the login page. This is the big and the complex one that we need to understand, because it will have encryption, decryption, and a lot of things going into the database, checking out if that username exists in the database. So it starts with a connection. Since we already compiled this app, we already imported SQLite, and we already defined this SQLite file, and it should be database dot SQLite. So let me see, where did we define that? We define it here, SQLite file. So we define the SQLite file. This is going to get connected to the database, and this is the connection. C is connection.cursor. We are going to use C to throw in any queries. So then we write connection.cursor to get this cursor. SID to pass. We talked about this. I'm going to repeat this. So find all. So SID to pass is right now 0. Then we say person is equal to request.form.get person. This was something that is inside that form, the HTML form. So let me go there. So just remember this, request.form.get.person. I'm going to the home page. And I'm going to get that thing from here, request.form.base.person. So whatever was entered here, which is the name equal to username, type equal to email, class is equal to form control, id is equal to input email, that is going to be passed here. So person is equal to request.form.person, request.form username, and request.form password. Then we are going to encrypt this user and we are going to take that password and encrypt this password into PWT. Okay, if not person or not user or not password, then if anything is blank, then return blank. If person equal to student, c dot execute. If you remember this c, we define it here as a cursor so that we can write c dot execute and throw in any query. Then we are going to write c dot execute, select password from student login table where username is this question mark, and wherever there is question mark, it's going to get populated with user and the next question mark with the next, and so on. Then you're going to say that f is equal to c dot fetch all. If there is nothing in f, then you would say that username incorrect. If there is something in f, then you have to say that if row is equal to password, select sid from that student id from student login table where user is equal to this, and then we are going to do the fetch clone, which is going to run this command. Then we are going to say session id equal to f session connect, and we are doing everything again.